All right, guys. So I want to talk about something. If you don't brutally use people for their own benefit, they will use you. Now, I speak a lot about my own life on the site, on the newsletters. I speak about how men in general, not just me, although my case is rather extreme, but men in general, I expect to provide everything. I mean, essentially, it boils down to zero rights and full responsibility. And nobody gives two shits about men. Nobody cares about what men need, what men want, what men think deep down inside. I mean, think about it. If you're married, when was the last time in your marriage your wife truly submitted to you and did what you want? Yeah, she may toss some food at you, she may, give you some face, but every man wants a woman to submit to her sexually and otherwise. But in modern day, feminist marriages, the psyop means that they don't do that, and the men are so weak that they think, number one, they can't get that sort of submissive girl, and number two, they don't deserve it, or because the whole psyop thing is women deserve everything. Well, men don't. For a woman, all she has to do is shed a few fucking crocodile tears. And female tears are crocodile tears. Have you ever noticed a woman crying? Then you make some stupid joke to her and she's like, I feel better. I mean, female moods and opinions are garbage, and they change based upon how they feel by the minute. One day you're the best person on the planet, the next day you're the worst person on the planet. Why? Because you didn't toss some money at her. Quite literally, that's what they do. But everybody cares about how they feel. Everybody, which is fine, females and children, women and children, yeah, feelings. Men shouldn't operate based upon feelings anyway. But I mean, at a certain point, you gotta stop and think as a man, and this triggers many people when I say that. I said this in a short, but I want to kind of explain it. Why? You must be a complete psychopath as a man. I've said that before. Look at anybody that achieves anything. Trump, Musk, anyone at any level. They all call him a psychopath. Why? Because he actually achieved something, and he has the life people want. So, I mean, they're too lazy to get it, and they're too scared to get it, and to do the work and all that. But all my life, for me, it's been not just brutally used for money. I mean, they tried to do that, but they couldn't because I didn't let them. But brutally used for everything else. Every goddamn thing else. Like, it's hard to quantify because it's been going on my whole life. But like, even in my so-called marriage, when I was married, nobody once really asked what I really wanted, what I really. I mean, chances are excellent if I hadn't told her to cook and clean, she wouldn't, and that's fine. You should actually train your wife. But beyond a certain point, when I told her to do certain things, she just wouldn't do it. So I was like, okay, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to have sex with you. Fuck off, And she then went on a rant about me being gay and this and that. But my point is this. Every man, and I've been, all of my life, my dad constantly kept mentioning, oh, he's like a king. He puts his feet up and he gets his feet rubbed and this and that. And not about me. Not about me. It was about other men. And the other day, one of my mates, she made this comment about, she wants to give me a pedicure and all this. But she made this comment about, if you get this done at your house, the whole house will go up in flames. How dare Raul get this facility? How dare? Women get it all the time. And this is a woman telling me this. Females are very honest when they can be. And it's true. I can just imagine everybody calling me, I mean, a pedicure, right? Just a pedicure. And you know why they would all go up in flames? Because a woman is doing it for me. I wrote about this on Twitter the other day. Publicly, socially, it's fine for two faggots to submit to each other or dominate each other. You'll see them kissing, massaging, whatever. It's fine for a guy to submit to a woman. I mean, you literally see guys kissing women's feet in public at public gatherings. You literally see that. And that's fine. Lesbians, I guess, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. But if a woman does that for a man, oh my God, how dare a woman do it for a man? That's how society is in general. And nobody wants, I keep getting accused of he only thinks about himself, and I do, and that I use people for my personal gain. Today I got a comment from Wacko Ben saying, you shouldn't be teaching people how to improve their lives. It's like, why not? Because you're too lazy to improve it yourself? I mean, it's the stupidest comment that Wacko Ben has made. You shouldn't teach people how to improve their lives. Why shouldn't I? Could you give me one reason? No, you can't, because your fat brain can't process. This guy is so stupid, man. I've got moles on his Twitter list that he didn't even know about. Finally, I couldn't help myself. I give all my secrets away. And I had to tell him. Then he blocked some people, but he still hasn't blocked the right ones. He's got moles. This is how I know everything about him. But I know, even if I didn't have any moles, because I'm in his mind. I can tell what mood he's in. Today he's in a bloaty, pissy mood. He's like a woman, basically. His moods change. He's a cuckold, basically. He likes other men having sex with the woman he's with. Which I don't know if he does that with. I think he doesn't with the current woman that pays his bills, because she's far more practical and sensible than him. I've spoken to her. And she's like, he's got all these weird fetishes and fantasies in bed and all that. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. But anyway, so if you don't think about yourself, and if you don't brutally use people for your own gain, they'll do that to you. Life is very simple if you make it, if you let it be. I keep telling people this. It's either X or Y. For there to be servants, they have to be masters or mistresses. For there to be slaves, they have to be slave owners. Now, you got to pick a side. You got to pick which side. And you can't do half measures. In today's modern day society, you got to treat the servants this way, that way. If you're a man, then even if you have a female servant, you can't do this, you can't do that. Why the fuck can't you do anything? In the 1800s, when they had fucking slaves, which is what these servants are, they are slaves. Everybody wants that. You can be politically correct about it, but that's what they all want. And here's the thing. And in the 1800s, men used to just grab the slave girls and have sex. Preston Johnson, I don't know if he was mixed or, I don't know. But that's the brutal reality of life. You guys can sit there and, the feminists and cocks, and you can sit there and try and justify all of it. But that's the brutal reality of life. And you know what? When women in today's society have female domestic servants, have you seen how brutally they treat them in daily life? That's why these women hate working for other women and like working for men. And if you don't believe me, get on fucking Google. Look at the cases of maid abuse or whatever, whatever the classification is. And they say men do all this. No, women do all this, and all this is out in court. Women are the ones that keep underage labor. I still remember this woman. She kept a 6-year-old girl, and it was pouring rain, man. That girl, she was poor and she didn't have money to eat. And that girl's coming, and the woman, she used to live... I think we lived here, and she lived in the next lane. She's yelling out, बारिश हो रखी है तो तू काम नहीं करेगी, which means, if it's raining, you're not gonna come. And this was torrential downpour, like it was up to the waist, and it was brutal. A man would never do that. A man would yell at her. Her husband used to yell, but not as brutally. He would yell and then just go away. You know what? My own dad, who's so feminist and cucked, when his wife used to tell him to yell at the maid, because ultimately, even my ex-wife used to tell me to tell the maid things, and he used to yell at her. Nobody talks about it, but he used to do it. But he only did it because the wife told him to do it. It's insane how feminist, and I mean everything is controlled by women. I've seen it all my life, and I've fought it all my life, and I will continue to. But my point is, if you don't brutally use people for your own benefit, I mean, yeah, the slave thing, the servant thing, whatever, you are either a peasant or you're a king. You either employ people or you get employed. I mean, you can look at it any which way. Little Ben, or who said that? Yeah, Fat Ben, Wacko Ben. No, but other people have said it. I mean, people around me, people in my life. Oh, he's a psycho. He does this. He does that. Yeah, I'm a fucking psycho. I make money. I mean, But then they will do it to you. Now, if you're happy with being used, and you know what? Let's look at all this from another perspective. Let's look at it from these guys that copy me. They copy my every fucking move. They learn everything they know from me. And, what do I get for that? Nothing. I never get any credit, or not that but even in my own house, I'm the hitman. I'm supposed to, like with Trump, he's the hitman. They create the problem. He's supposed to solve it. So in my own house, everybody else creates a problem. I'm not even involved. I don't even talk to people. But I'm expected to fucking solve it. Why? And so my point is, they are brutally using you because you're not getting anything for it. I was fed this garbage all my life by my father that you have the ability, so you will be expected to do more. Which is fine. It's normal. But what am I going to get for it? I still remember my first salary, and my mom was like, oh, you got to work. You got to work. Then they didn't pay the salary on time. It was like, 2 weeks late? Man, I paid my maid because she was acting up a week late, and the amount she bitched. And she's like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do something. And then she fucked off and went away. And finally, when she calmed down, I just threw some cash at her. I'm like, here, take some extra fucking money. And she did this, and submissively, in public, she touches my... But anyway, so then I told my dad, I got to complain to the Labor Commission. Oh, no, you can't complain. They'll just fire you. So here's the thing. Here's the dynamic. Raul doesn't get paid. He doesn't get any benefit. That's fine. But we should get all the benefit. They accused me for years of not paying credit card bills and all that, which is utter bullshit, by the way. But they let their own fucking insurance policies lapse and then forge my signature to... the hypocrisy is... But if you don't brutally use people, they will brutally use you. All my life, marriage, relationships, girl never really asked what I wanted. I wanted to get a rub down. I train extremely hard. I wanted to get a foot massage. I wanted to get a body massage. Nobody, in fact, they did their best to stop me, no, it's... every man wants to talk to girls. Like, if you're in a marriage, chances are excellent and second to none that your wife is talking to tons of other guys. She may not be sleeping with them, but she's talking to them. Fat Ben. I've spoken to her once, but because I don't really care. I don't know the lady. So I don't. But I've never met her. I just know her number. But where she works and all this, because I got moles. If you want me to give you clues, I'll give you clues. But, I got nothing against her. It was just, But nobody has ever asked me, and this is true for most men, what men want. I had this guy that came to fix my dad's air conditioner. He used to work for them, or I think he still works for them. He takes me aside like this, and he's like, he's a Sikh guy. His name is Kalvinder or something. I can't remember. Parminder. I can't remember, but whatever the fuck is. And he's like, Raul, can you tell me where to get a massage? And I'm like, yeah, just go to the store, go to the shop. He's like, no, at home. And I'm like, why? What, do you need money? He's like, no, my dad wants funds. So I'm like, yeah, just call a, maid or something. And then I'm like, oh, he's like, no, my dad's wife, his, uh, his mom will throw a hissy fit. And his dad is like 70 years old, and he can't do it. Why? Because it's a girl. Now, no man really wants to be a faggot like the guy next door, so-called colonel from an army who gets oil massages from this horrible guy with a mustache. It's also gay, man. I see them doing this all day. It's ew. It's horrible. No real man wants that. Now, women, it's different. They don't want men, but if a woman calls a man for anything, women can literally, do what the fuck they want. They can hire men, they can hire women, they can hire trannies, but men can't. It's stupid. It's stupid. So my point really is not to rant about the feminist part. My point is to say, if you don't brutally use people for your own gain, they will use you. Women know this intrinsically well. That is why they all want human ATMs. That is why they want cops. That is why feminism started. Now, you might argue pre-feminism, women were the one brutally used. No. Pre-feminism, men were still going to wars. They were getting killed brutally. They were getting slaughtered. They had to work long hours. There was no internet. So it was just that the women didn't have all this, It's what I keep talking about. Weak men create hard times and the decay of society. They're responsible for it all. Then you have the strong men. There's a circle. There's a very good saying. I can't remember. Then you have the strong men that fix it. Strong men fix it. Then good times come, and then everyone gets weak, and they have too much time to think about LGBTQ garbage and feminism, and the whole thing goes to hell. It's like a wheel. It's like a circle. It's very simple. All my life, nobody asked me what I want. Nobody still asks me. In fact, I would be very honest. My ex tried to kill me. She wanted me to starve to death, quite literally. It's just brutal reality. My lifestyle, I don't fuck with people. I don't bother people, but they all want me not to live a masculine lifestyle. They don't want me to smoke. They don't want me to talk to girls, and they hate my hair. And you know why? Because girls love them. They love them. They just don't have the balls to do it themselves. That's my point. The bottom line to all this is something that's very simple. If you either be brutally used or you let yourself be brutally used. So Fat Ben, he learns all this for free. He copies me right down to getting blue tick verified on Twitter and all this. Copies me on everything. He's been aping me for years. Years and years. And of course, the universe recognizes copy artists. So he's he's even given up on his writing. It's like he just pops it into some AI thing because he saw something on Twitter. Literally. So these people, but they're still getting that hit of dopamine. Like, Fat Ben's training is he ties the band around his neck. And he has this tree, and he pushes against it while humping the ground. Literally, the picture's on my website. You guys gotta look at it. And he claims, dopamine band. No, his voice is like this. It's like a little girl. His voice is like a schoolgirl. So, dopamine bands are the best ever. The Deco wrestlers used it. I don't know what fucking wrestler used dopamine band, but you don't need that shit, and it's all coke because he can't do one single pull-up, so he humps grass. He can't get dick to suck on, so he dresses up in drag and wishes somebody would flirt with him. I love this guy, man. You should see the latest post I did on the site. I love this guy. But Uh, so he's still getting that dopamine hit. Now you could argue I should stop giving him the dopamine hit, and I did for a couple of weeks. I was busy with my girls and wasn't even on Twitter, and he kept trolling me. I hadn't even looked. I'm looking through all his posts and all that now. But oh, by the way, yesterday I did a ponytail. I don't know why I felt compelled to, but I kind of look. I don't know. Yeah. All the girls want to tie my hair in a ponytail, and it brutally triggers somebody. But so he gets the dopamine hits. He gets free benefit, and publicity off of me. His initial start on Twitter came through my old Twitter account. I mean, I was getting massive amounts of hits. There was, we had massive amounts of hits on my posts and stuff. And so he would jump in. He wanted to reply to them, so he'd get a boost. That's what they do. Celebrities these days are built on the back of celebrities, which I'm already a celebrity, except like Grok says, in a niche field. So mainstream. I mean, I've never wanted to be a mainstream fitness so-called influencer. They call me an influencer, even Grok and Google and all these. Everybody does. It's never been my goal. I've just wanted to be honest, frank, and tell you what works. Simple. But he's no celebrity. I mean, you have celebrities, then you got a whole gaggle of fans and trolls and these people that are literally obsessed about every detail. Like a movie star, oh, he changed his hairstyle today. He literally notices dates like, oh, his course, 2 years and 1 month, this course has been on pre-order, and he'd put that out there, and he'd like, and the last thing, and this is unrelated to people using you and not using you, like I said this on my site, but if you're so gay, man, and this isn't just Fat Ben. I want to look you in the eye and say this. It is not just Fat Ben. It is losers in general. First of all, if you want discounts on books, you're a fucking loser. Second, I mean, sometimes I give them. Yeah, I've given them in the past, but mostly, yeah. But second, I mean, you don't want discounts when you go to the Hilton, do you? And even if you do, they're not going to give it to you. You can sleep on the streets. Simple. And I don't either. But so my point is this, that people that are reluctant to place pre-orders are either losers, they're brokies, freebie seekers, or all of them. They all congregate together. Because let's be honest, I mean, you place a pre-order for a course for a reason. You believe in the person, you invest in the person, you do that, right? Now, the course may get delayed. It may take 1 year, it may take a year more, whatever it is. But ultimately, it'll come out and it'll be at a higher cost. Now, cheapskates think about every dime before they spend it. For me, I don't give two shits. If I want something, I just get it. And then, even if I don't have money in the bank, I'll get it. I mean, and then we'll figure the rest out later, because I want it. I don't give two shits. I never have. But cheapskate, but if I spend $200 here, then I'm not going to eat this week. First of all, if you're that broke, you don't need to be buying from us. Second, it's the best time investment you can make in yourself. It's an investment. If you don't want to, you don't have to. I'm just giving you an option. And many people choose it. But the mentality is this, that what if he takes my money and runs away with it? Like, dude, do you really think I need money? I mean, even when I was broke, people called me rich. Do you get it? It's rich mentality. I don't need money. I mean, I don't care if not one single person places a pre-order. But it's my job to give you that option, and I'm giving it. And then some people say, oh, but he may use that money for something else. Then he may later give a... Yeah, that was one comment I got from somebody, Oregon. I think he was in Oregon. He's not a troll. He's just a big guy, kind of fat, but not like Ben. But yeah. Yeah, his point was this. It was, well, what if you take my money and then, you'll give me... He said he was never in doubt that he'll get the course this was back when 3 years ago, not 3 years ago, this was back in 2017 when the Zero Excuses Fitness System, was on pre-order. So 5 years, 6 years, whatever it is, but 8 years actually. Boy, time flies, huh? Time flies when you're having a good time, like getting your dick sucked. But anyway, someday I might just get the maid to sit here and but then, all right, I don't want this channel getting banned. But so he was like, okay, you'll give me the course after 1 year. I know that. But what if you use it for some other? Like, that's a stupid question, man. Who cares? I mean, so you're happy with getting the course after 1 year. I use the money for whatever you get. You're happy with what you're getting. So how does it matter? And you're investing in a good cause. Simple, right? So it's loser brokey mentality. But here's the bottom line. If you don't brutally use people, they will brutally use you. Okay? And that's all I gotta say. Pick a side wisely. Later.